Jordan, aka Mary Helsing, and since Halloween is coming just around the corner, today I'm going to be taking some time out of my daily life to ask some questions depending on a certain theme, and today's theme is Halloween. Now, I always wanted to do this because I'm a huge fan of Halloween, so let's get started. Question 1. What is your favorite Halloween movie? Now, I have seen many different horror films, but if I had to pick, it would have to be The Shining because not only is it the best horror movie, but it's also the most beautifully directed because the camera work is so fluid and hypnotic, the music is very terrifying, and the acting performances are very raw, especially coming from Jack Nicholson. I remembered seeing this movie when I was 11 on Halloween night, and I remembered being so scared and mesmerized at the same time, and that film just stuck with me forever. It was one of the films that inspired me to be a filmmaker. Question 2. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy Halloween? Over 9,000. Question 3. What is your fondest Halloween memory? I think my fondest Halloween memory would have to be the first time I went to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show when I was 16 years old, and it was at the Palace Theater in James Street in Syracuse, New York. I remembered going there when I was dressed up as Magenta, and what they would do there is that they would have dance parties and costume contests, and also they would have a double feature before the show, hence the song Science Fiction Double Feature. And for their double feature, they would have B movies and vintage classics and 80s classics, and they would have all different types of horror movies that they would show before the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And the movie they showed before the show was the 1931 version of Dracula with Bela Lugosi, and it was really cool to see the original Dracula on the big screen. So ever since that moment, it became a little tradition I do every Halloween. And you can do it too at the Palace Theater on James Street. Maybe I'll see you there. Question 4. Have you always been a Halloween lover? Yes, I always have been ever since I was a kid. When I was a kid, I would always dress up as a favorite character I love every year. I used to dress up as Disney princesses from all my favorite Disney movies. I used to live in an apartment building, and I would always go from door to door knocking and doing trick-or-treating, and it was always so fun to do that. Nowadays, I constantly get excited for upcoming cosplay events because of Halloween. Halloween is the original cosplay day. Now, it's accepted every day. Question 5. How do you get into the Halloween spirit? What I do is I start watching horror movies to get into the spooky mood, and I always come up with original ideas to create a new character that I would dress up and go to parties. This is how I get my creative juices going. Question 6. Favorite Halloween decorations? As much as I like jack-o'-lanterns, I like decorations that look like they came straight out of a Gothic Victorian novel. And this can include settings from the Addams Family, or haunted houses, or ancient castles like in the book Dracula, for example. It has a very creepy but elegant atmosphere to it. Question 7. Favorite Halloween/fall scent? I'm gonna have to say apple and cinnamon blended together because it has a very fruity type of scent, and it's a perfect combination of sweet and spicy blended together, and when I smell that, it really makes me think of the fall season because even though there's pumpkin spice everywhere, apple and cinnamon are perfect fall scents. Question 8. Favorite candy? My favorite is chocolate, aka the cocoa bean, because it's the one candy where you can make anything out of it. And this goes from cake to donuts to cookies to hot chocolate to everything, or anything you can think of. I am a chocoholic. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Question 9. vampires or zombies? I prefer vampires because not only are they terrifying, seductive beings that feast on human blood, they are so much more than that. Now, I have been a fan of Dracula ever since I was a kid, and right now I've recently got into Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles, and ever since I've gotten into them, they really gave me a whole new perspective on the creature. They showed that vampires are like pieces of history preserved for all of eternity. Kind of like a museum artifact. They're really fascinating creatures, and in a way, they're kind of like the undead historian. Question 10. What is your weird/odd fear? Basically, my fear is heights, because whenever I'm up on something so high, the palms of my hands and feet get really sweaty, and I get really nervous when I'm up on something so high. And heights escalate my fear of falling as well. And finally, question 11, last but not least, do you believe in ghosts? Yes, and hopefully I'll never be one. Yes. And that's all I have for my Halloween tag questions, and I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and hearing what I have to say about Halloween, because I just love Halloween so much. And if you're really excited about this year, feel free to leave a comment down in the comment section below and tell me what are you gonna do for this year's Halloween. And also right now I'm gonna do a YouTuber shout out, so you can check out these two awesome people that I want you to check out. The first person is Father Sebastian, and he happens to be the founder of this big Halloween event called the Endless Night Vampire Ball, and he's a professional fangsmith, and he also does a lot of videos on his YouTube channel and that give you an in-depth perspective on the vampire subculture, and he holds a lot of Facebook live streams. So feel free to follow him on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And the other people I want you to check out for Halloween are these wonderful people called the Kids of Albany. Now what these guys are, they're a shadowcast theater group known for performing the Rocky Horror Picture Show annually every year on Halloween. And they've met with members of the original cast from the movie, and they promote the Rocky Horror fandom. And if you live in Albany or Camillus or Syracuse, feel free to check these guys out because they're really awesome, and be sure to follow them on Facebook and Twitter. And also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content in the future. So until then, happy Halloween, and I'll see you guys later.